It is now May 2025. Have you noticed any differences? One thing I have noticed for sure, I'm now seeing a lot more for sale signs. Let's talk about it. Hi, this is Sky. I'm a saver investor and I am on a journey to early retirement. On this channel, I give tips and tricks of things I've learned along the way that have helped me stay on track for my goal. So remember to like and subscribe and let's be interactive here. But let's get into today's topic. It is now May 2025. We have had talks of tariffs, possible recessions, definitely job layoffs, but what have you noticed thus far? One thing in particular, and this is going to be from a personal perspective, one thing I have noticed specifically in my neighborhood. So, this is an area I am in, day out, where I move around and I'm able to see the different businesses that are present and have been present. But one thing I have noticed is there are a lot more homes in my neighborhood for sale, more than has been over the past few months, more than has been in the same time last year. So is that a reflection of the times? It might be, or it just might be coincidence. But other things I have noticed is more businesses in my area are closing. And some of these businesses are not new startup businesses. They have been here for years, some even up to 10 plus years that are closing their doors. Does it mean the business itself has completely gone under? Not necessarily, because some of the businesses are actually, they have multiple locations. So the location in this area has closed down. But one big thing that has closed down, a movie theater that also had a full entertainment center with it, meaning it had bowling, it had a bar, as well as different eateries and gelato. And so it offered more than just playing movies. That closed as well. Now, as far as day to day items, when we talk about our bread and basket items, items that we use every day, have I seen an increase in price in those? Not necessarily. I've not seen a rapid increase in pricing at the grocery stores, but it's becoming more clear that as far as the tariff tax that was generally being touted as something that would not affect the everyday consumer, it's becoming more apparent that that is likely going to affect the everyday consumer. Now, most businesses probably still have a lot of their inventory prior to the new tariffs going into effect. So it may still be a few months before we really see the true effect of the new increased tariffs on the different countries and how they will affect us or affect me where I am right now. But I have not seen a large increase in that. The other thing is shortage of supplies. I have not seen a shortage of supplies in my area. I have not seen evidence of mass fear purchasing at my grocery store or at the warehouse store that I go to or frequent. That is not apparent as of yet. So I'm not sure if that is something that is more regional, where there's more talk of fear of there being shortages, therefore people are fear buying, but that is not as apparent in my area. Does it mean it's happening? Not necessarily. Now, the question would be, are the smaller businesses being more affected by the new tariffs? Because one, when you're a smaller business, you're also purchasing in smaller volumes. And if you are an active small business where you are using your inventory, using up your inventory, and you're having to replace it, still buying a smaller bulk, then you will be more quickly affected by the increasing tariffs. Because if you are re-upping your supplies on a regular basis, then you would be more prone to being affected by the new tariffs, meaning those new taxes you are paying, and then you may likely have to pass them on to your customers. Also, if there are any delays in shippings, as there has been reported that a lot of the major shipping docks do have a backup of supplies, either because of the new tariffs on the items, therefore owners trying to clear those items are now having to present more money to get those out of customs, or items are being held up in customs. And of course, if you have any items that are perishable or have a shelf life, then the longer your items sit at the dock, the more likely you are to be at a partial or complete loss in the ability of the business owner to use those items. So then that in itself may be an additional cost that may be added to a small business that is likely to be transferred on to you. So this is just a quick video on what have we seen thus far with the changes of the tariffs, the looming recession, because I do believe we will have a recession. There's no doubt about it. And as well as the short-term and long-term effects of job layoffs. How do they affect the housing market? How do they affect the stores around businesses that are doing mass layoffs, the other businesses around that area that commonly rely on those individuals coming and frequenting their businesses? How will they be affected in the short and long term? As well as, will there be a reversal of any of the things that are happening within the government as far as the mass layoffs? And even if there is a reversal, there is no idea how long that will take to happen. And if it does occur, does everyone who lost a job going to get a job back? Will there be a job to come back to? Or will those jobs now be eliminated or now be done by, let's say, AI or some other type of electronic form that is doing the work of that individual? So hopefully you all are out there doing well. Remember, even in times of recession, even when times of uncertainty, still stick with your budget and try to use your money wisely. Okay, this is not the time to fear shop. This is not the time to go off of your budget. So make sure you're still being actively aware of where your money is going, so you know what are your safety nets in case things do continue to go downhill, or what are your safety nets if something significant happens in your life, such as a layoff or potentially a health issue that may now put more stress on your finances. But other than that, remember to like and subscribe, and let's be interactive in the comments. Have you noticed anything in your area that is a clear sign that things are changing, or things have already changed, or the change is here? So leave those in the comment section, and until next time, stay safe and stay saving.